All right, so I believe the first question is this one. So what do you recommend if, say, you have a vacation rental in Yosemite National Park where people come from all over the world? What city, country, state, what city, county, state, country would you target in GMB location service area? That's a good question. I mean, if it's a vacation rental home, I mean, technically, I would probably target the whole state. I mean, I don't know, because that's the thing. It would be a service area business is what you're asking about, but it has an actual address, right? So my question would be, you have a GMB set up for a vacation rental property with the address showing, or are you trying to set it up as a service area business? Because it's kind of a weird one. I would think that you would have, if you were running that vacation rental as a business, right, then it would have its a GMB with a street address, which is like a storefront business, which doesn't necessarily warrant a service area. And if you don't have the street address published, then it would be a service area business, but that would be weird because you would have a vacation rental home that nobody could get driving directions to. So I
This is
don't
kind
know.
of interesting.
How would you target a vacation rental with GMB, Marco?
Airbnb. That's it's totally how I would target it. It's how most people I know now, especially with the pandemic and with things the way they are, that's how I see. I mean, just a whole ton of people looking for rentals. I mean, for vacation. But the other thing would be, no, you don't want to create a service area,
Right.
Service area GMB, because that would just. Well, wait a minute. How? This is so interesting.
It is. It's kind
But-
of
all right,
it's
so-
interesting because
so-
it could be both, really.
Yeah, hang on, but you can do both. This is one of those where you can probably do both. There are those instances where if you're, like, for example, the restaurant, right? Restaurant which delivers, they're allowed to have both. So it could be one of those categories where you can do both. So do both the service area and the address, and then you're good to go, because you don't want to pigeon yourself to like Yosemite National Park. You want to be able to appear in other places. I mean, you go to directories, again, Airbnb, anywhere you can to promote your vacation rental. And I would venture to say that the Airbnb, even though I do have property in there and I haven't really tested, that the algorithm works just the same. It works through activity, relevance, trust, and authority, right? And from reviews from people who have rented from you, because we get reviews of the place or the places that we rent. And like, I answer the reviews. Like if I get really funky people who leave my place a mess, I'll list it. These dirty motherfuckers, they fucked up my place. Not in those words, but yeah, I do. And so I think with all of that activity, relevance, trust, and authority, check and see what. This is gonna have to be a test for me, man. I'm gonna have to take one of my rental properties, one of my Airbnbs, SEO it to death, and see if I can make it appear #1 for rentals, say vacation rental Costa Rica, when people are searching Airbnb. This is a good thing, but totally try to see if you can do both. Now make it, if it's legit, you should be able to get the PIN. And if you get suspended for whatever reason for trying to do both, this is one of those where you can contact Google with the paperwork and say, act really silly, really dumb, really stupid. You don't know what's going on. Hey, I was just trying to let people know that I have a vacation rental. And the Google rep will help you out.
Yeah, I think this is really interesting. I'm curious what you guys think about this, because I immediately also started thinking Airbnb. And when you look on Airbnb, it doesn't tell you the address, right? For safety,
No.
They don't just give you the street address, but it is at least down to the city, town,
Yep.
something like that. So I'm wondering too, if he doesn't have his own standalone website, that's where he could do more of a broad-based, depending on what you're able to do at the GMB, that he creates a website for this rental that then targets the broader word of Yosemite rental, which I guarantee you is what people are looking for, like Yosemite area or something like that, where it's much more broad instead of one of the tiny little towns that's outside of the actual park.
Well, now you just said create an SEO shield, which comes with a G site and drive stack, and you can target location then, right, as you go inside, or the service, Yosemite vacation rental, and the related keywords that he wants to go after, or the supporting entities, if you want to call it that. But yeah, I mean, the SEO shield, your Airbnb can be your money site. I don't see why it can't, because you're just pushing a listing
Yeah.
in Airbnb. And how would you do that? Well, you just push power into it and see how it reacts. But man, I can almost guarantee, because I see people reacting to the stars, and I see people looking, and you can track the people that look at your rental and all these other things in the back end of Airbnb. Man, I can almost guarantee that the algorithm in Airbnb, they all work the same way. That they're all Amazon, whatever it is that you're looking at, activity, relevance, trust, and authority. I mean, I'm almost 100% that you can do this with either Airbnb as your money site, or the G site as your money site, or even the business site that you get for free inside the GMB ecosystem, that you can use that.
Airbnb Shield coming 2021.
Oh man, that's not a bad idea. There you go.
There we go.